Happy Sunday, one and all. Welcome to a special episode of Real Talk Mothering Sunday, a Father's Day special, brought to you by Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa and Speak Up and Empower, our partner, to learn a little bit more about
Speak Up and Empower is an organization dedicated towards education, social impact, and promotion, focused on building businesses, communities, relationships, and lives that allow us to create and share our dreams. When we are able to approach life with a desire to allow the best in ourselves and all those around us, abundance of health, wealth, and love will naturally flow. Speak Up and Empower provides community members with the tools that they need to create and share their dreams. Authors of all forms, blogs, articles, magazines, books, copyright, bloggers and publishers, and course providers, retailers, speakers, whatever way you connect with the world, we provide you with the tools that you need to be seen and heard. We will guide you, educate you, and support you, and empower you to realize the passion and turn your dreams into reality.
Welcome again to Real Talk Mothering Sunday series, a Father's Day special. I'm your host, Na Amelia Santiamar, and it has been a while. We've been playing around with our broadcasting schedules, and it felt necessary to make sure we have our episode today, as for most of the world, or many parts of the world, are marking Father's Day today. It may seem a bit strange that we're talking about Mothering Sunday and Father's Day at the same time, but actually maybe not as strange as you think. But first and foremost, happy Father's Day to all those who are celebrating it, as we recognize the contribution our fathers and father figures make, have made, are making, will make in our lives, wherever you are in the world. So yeah, wherever you are, please take a few seconds. Let me know which country you're joining from, and if you have any special message that you would like to give to the father or father figure in your life, let me know. You can either type it as a comment and I can post it, or I will. You can come and join me and give your message live. So this is Real Talk Mothering Sunday series. I am waiting to be joined by my guest today, Michael Black Lion Willis. A few issues there, but we'll keep going for now. And like I said, if you have a special message to send out to your father or a father figure, you can have your father plus other father figures. If you have a message, please either type it in the comment. I can pull that up so it can be posted here, or let me know and you can join me to deliver your message live. So as I'm waiting for my guest, Michael Black Lion Willis, to join me, what do you think about the issue we're going to speak about today, as in how mothers and mother figures influence their sons or other men to be the type of fathers that they are? I've had these conversations before in the past, and some would go as far to say, for instance, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, one perspective is that it's the mother that determines the type of relationship that the father will have with their children. And yeah, let me know if you have any thoughts on that. From my perspective, I see how that could be, because first and foremost, if the relationship goes sour between the mother and the father, the mother, usually it's the mother, let's talk generally, the mother usually is the one that has the children, and so kind of controls the extent to which the father is allowed to have a role or presence in the child's life. Not for everybody, but unfortunately, I'm sure we can all think of a situation where that is the case, where the relationship between the mother and father is not good, and either the mother has the children and either has blocked out the father for numerous reasons, or the father has the child and the mother doesn't have access to the children. So, but because we're dealing in generalizations and the majority position is that the mother usually has the child, that will impact how much the father can father, first of all, to have access to the children, but also the extent to which he can play the role that he wants to play with his children. And so in that case, it's sometimes good to look at these roles as, the family unit. There's a reason why it says you have a mother and father, not two fathers, not two mothers, from a holistic, natural, if you like, perspective. So you've got the balance of energies, the different ways in which men and women operate due to our biology, our chemistry, all these kinds of things. So if you're just joining us now, this is a special episode of Real Talk Mothering Sunday, a Father's Day special, where I had hoped to be speaking to my guest about the extent to which, or what extent, or what influence did his mother or the mother figures in his life. Michael has joined us before, and he explained that he sees that actually he's had many different mother figures. So to what extent did they influence or have any impact on the type of father he is today to his children? It can be a very tricky situation. But I expect that there would be some kind of impact. I have two sons myself, and as they grow, whatever influence I give to them, however I raise them, that inevitably it will have an impact. But in the same way as the way that their father, the relationship they have with their father, that too will have an impact. But as we're on Mothering Sunday, this is the connection that we want to look at the two. So welcome to Real Talk Mothering Sunday. Drop a message, drop me a comment and let me know where in the world are you joining me from. And if you're just tuning in now, let me know if you have a special message you would like to deliver to your father or the father figure or father figures in your life, because we can have more than one. To recognize them today and their efforts. I say again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there doing the best they can with what they have. We know, especially from the mother's perspective, how easy it is to judge others and judge the mothers, for how things turn out, and judge the fathers for how things turn out. But, credit where credit is due. We are dealing with so much in the world these days that we should recognize, give each other support and encouragement. Greetings, Sister Glamley. Welcome to the show. So if you do have any views or comments about what like I said, I want to be discussing with my guest, unfortunately he's been delayed, I think, which is the extent to which his mother or mother figures influenced him or shaped how he shows up as a father today with his children. Because I think it's inevitable, and I would tend to agree with Will and Jada Pinkett Smith in the conversation that I heard, that actually the mother dictates a lot of how the father can be a father to their children, because the presumption and the nature is that the children usually are with the mother first, and I think it's just about still the case that generally the mother will at least be the one that has the primary caring responsibilities outside other responsibilities. I'm talking generally. So if that being the case, then if they have a good relationship, then at least there's room for the father to be a quote unquote good father, or father his children or their children in the way he wants to. But I've also, for those just coming in, I was speaking before about if the relationship between the mother and father goes sour, and it can get really extreme, and for whatever reason the mother decides that the father is best out of their life, well then, with the best will in the world, with the best intentions in the world, that father cannot be a father to his children until such time as the children have the independence to either go look for him or in some way get in contact with him, or someone in the family that can get in contact with him. Co-parenting is a whole nother issue, but obviously relevant in what we're talking about today in terms of our mothers. The mother's role in fathering, that's another way we can look at it. It is, I think, becoming ever more important. And sometimes we, of course, we have to be mindful of the, whether it's the incorrect information, the miseducation that usually deals with stereotypes, especially in my community, of, absent Black fathers or absent African fathers, when in fact, it's not something that is unique to one race, quite frankly. Yes, I apologize. I don't think my guest is. I'm waiting for a message. So, but I apologize if he doesn't make it. I wanted to speak to Brother Michael about the influence that his mother and other mother figures, aka women, okay? Remember, this is coming to you from Power to a Mother's Foundation Africa. So if you are a woman, you are either a mother or a mother figure. You can choose not to give birth to children. That's absolutely your right. But you are built with the anatomy to give birth to creativity. So it may not be birthing a child, but ideas, concepts. That's why we can support lots of people, uplift them, encourage them. So that is like our seat of creativity. So I'll call you a mother or a mother figure. And we have a strong influence and impact on our children, not only on our children, but our men, if we don't realize it. And this is why it's actually, I think, good to have the discussion about how the mother impacts the way the father can father their children. Thank you very much, Sister Glamleen. So as you can see, Sister Glamleen says that the father is the yardstick a daughter uses to choose her husband. A woman can't do that. Absolutely. And it's important to point out things like that these days, where we seem to be in a world where, because we want to respect everybody's choices, which everybody's entitled to their choice, but because we want to respect everybody's choices, preferences, feelings, we're in a situation where sometimes you can't just call things as they are, as they were in their original state. And the original state is that a child has two parents, masculine and feminine, man and woman, and those two individuals are unique. We are unique in our makeup, not only physically, but even emotionally. Women are more emotional because we have more feminine energy. Generalization, but let's call it the majority. So thank you for pointing that out. Yes, our father is the one who sets the foundation for all our relationships with men. And our mother is the one who sets the foundation with all of our relationships with women, whether it's romantic or not. So these things we need to acknowledge and embrace, because when we try to kind of forget them or tweak with them, I don't think it works. So let's just call things as they are. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their personal choices, preferences, and things. But you only have to look at Mother Nature. And unfortunately, I think sometimes in our desire or ambition, enthusiasm to innovate and develop and modernize, we try and do better than Mother Nature. And I'm not always sure that that's a good thing. There are many things a woman can do, and we do. However, I feel doing the journey with a man is best all around. Yes, I come from the perspective, my personal view, that things are set up in a certain way for a reason, in terms of our energies, and our energies are important. The fact that we have feminine energy and masculine, all of us, women have feminine and masculine energy, men have feminine and masculine energy in different proportions, and they are necessary. So I but I don't know that's to be true. What I was going to say is that I would like to think that people don't necessarily set out to with the intention that their child will only have one parent, because I would like to think that that is not our preference or our intention, because a child needs two parents. There are different things that those two parents can give the child, and just because we don't, it doesn't always end up that those two parents are around. I think that's different between that's what happens and there's a breakdown, as opposed to choosing to be a one parent family. As much love as you have, I think there are also, why I talked about mother figures. Yes, so some of us don't have, some people don't have a good relationship with their mother or with their father. So today, as we're talking about Father's Day, it's good also to recognize especially if you did not have a good relationship with your father, who are the men in your life who have stepped in to take on that father figure role? Because we need it. As independent as we think we are and everything, we need a mother figure and a father figure to give us the things that we need. So yes, I agree. Mother Nature teaches us a lot. And I think sometimes we dismiss it because we tend to think, well, they're the animals and we're humans and we're more sophisticated and we know better, which I never think ends well. So it looks like today's going to be a short show because my guest has not been able to join me. So last call for if there's anyone that would like to give a shout out to their father or their father figure in my life. My father wasn't around for much of my life. There in the beginning, missing for most, but then reconnected at the end. But it was important for me to have the connection because we kind of, in order to know thyself, in order to understand ourselves, it's not just working on, yes, our consciousness and everything, but it's really important to see us represented elsewhere. So when you can see yourself represented in the family, it gives you a sense of belonging, and you kind of work, oh, so this is where this comes from, and this is why I do such and such, and so, oh, I can speak to this auntie about this, or I can speak to this uncle about this because they will understand me. Representation is really important for us, and like that sense of belonging. And you may not have the relationship with the immediate parent, like your mother or father, but the more we can do to be at least aware of, connected to, informed about the family lineage, that too goes up to making up how we learn about who we are. So as I say, sending out happy Father's Day wishes to all the fathers and the father figures, doing the best they can with what they have to father their children, whether they're married or not, whether they're in a good relationship or not, whether they don't get to see their children as often as they would like to because of whatever the situation is with the mother, whether you are single parents, single fathers, which there are plenty of. Um, kudos to you. Kudos to you all. Because parenthood generally is not easy. So let alone when you have to do it by yourself, whether you're the mother or the father. And for the fathers also who, the fathers who have lost children, the fathers that don't have a good relationship with their children, the fathers who don't have a good relationship with their own fathers, sending you lots of love and wishes today. It may just be one day, but it's always good to take the opportunity for us to recognize our own and support our own, because we're living in challenging times. So that's a happy Father's Day from me. Now I'm Elia Santiamar. Thank you for tuning in for this Mothering Sunday, a Father's Day special. We'll see whether I can get my guest for a next episode. But until next time, enjoy the rest of your day. And if you are celebrating Father's Day today, savor each moment. Take care. Thanks for joining, Sister Glamley. Bye-bye.